UDP! December 2026, Jotna! Usain Odabo! Giras Kambi! Yerek lang finekal Japale nyungir sopi Gambia di lai sopi Yaga na lo Timbet mi ti kari nye peson Dey jai kat bi ti marsebi Di jangir domam Wey jur budi khar pur mus Ndokh mu set anamu Fi metina Waya karam na Dabo khamnali Mungi dega sen badi Avokat bu askan bi Du takhaw du noppalu Bëgg na Gambia jam kanam Loolu la gam UDP ngir yéen ci biir xol yi ngir jàngalekat bi ngir fajkat bi UDP ngir yéen bés bu bees a ngi ñëw bàyyi.
Viewers, once again we are back on UDP official media platform. Your host Haji Swane for this program that is Talk to the Gambians on the way forward. With me today, I have my co-panelist, Lamin Mane, not doctor, but Lamin Mane, Junior, the Secretary General for the UDP Students' Wing, and also a political activist, not only a UDP member, but it's an activist overall. So Lamin is with me here today to take us through some analysis as far as our guests are concerned. Today we have for you two prominent Gambians who stood and devoted their entire life for a struggle to see a better Gambia for us, the young people. As we mark the 30 years of the United Democratic Party's existence from 1996, August 23rd, to date, August 23rd, 2026, the two former ambassadors will talk us through the journey they have encountered from 1996 to where we are, and their past experience during their tenure as ambassadors representing the Gambia in various countries across the sub-Saharan countries or West Africa, if you might call it. Let me introduce His Excellency, the former ambassador to Sierra Leone, Uncle Ibrahim Mamane, who represented the Gambia with high moral integrity and principles in selling Gambia to the West African economic states. And during his tenure, he came out with pride up to date. The Uncle Ibrahim Mamane we know was the Ibrahim man who, after his legacy, will be telling us what he has encountered during his tenure as ambassador and the way forward, and also the struggle within the 30 years of forming the UDP and where we are today and the way forward. With him in the journey is Uncle Amadou Tal, His Excellency the former ambassador to Nigeria, representing the Gambia and the countries he has been overlooking during his tenure as ambassador in Nigeria. Welcome, my uncles. I will call you not ambassadors today, but my uncles. As we mark the 30 years of UDP's existence, today we have you about to take us to the journey that us the young people are inheriting. First, on my immediate left, I will allow Uncle Amadou Tal to introduce himself. Uncle Amadou Tal, welcome to UDP official media platform.
Thank you very much, Haji. I'm glad that you've been able to invite us, me and my friend, Ambassador Mane, to this forum. And we are glad that the United Democratic Party has been able to assemble an outfit like this. It is very impressive.
Thank you.
We thank you very much for, having created this media outfit.
Thank you, Ambassador.
And I'm sure that it will serve the purpose.
Inshallah.
Because the United Democratic Party needs to, send messages all over the world, not only in the Gambia, but everywhere. Well, by way of introduction, as you have just said, my name is Amadou Tall, born and raised in Banjul, and having worked most of my time in the service of the Gambia government. Worked during the First Republic. I worked as an economist in the Ministry of Economic Planning and Industrial Development. As an economist in those days.
Yes.
In the First Republic, and the president then was 𝒂𝒊𝒏, and having worked there until the 1994 military takeover. Yes, and from there I was retired, from the service. Okay. Then, since then, I have worked as a consultant in various sectors, and in most cases with my friend Ambassador Mane. We worked as consultants. And at the same time, we also joined the United Democratic Party when it was being established in 1996. So, and since we became members of the party, we've been very active and over the years. And just a few days ago, we were told that the party was going to celebrate its 30th anniversary. I said 30 years has gone so fast.
Indeed.
So I could not believe it. I said, well,
Mashallah.
but within this, within this period, so many things have happened, and the party has evolved, and has grown also from strength to strength. So we are glad that we are still, supporting the party. We are still alive.
Maybe live longer.
And then Allah has given us the good health and the strength to continue to support the party. And we are glad that we've been able to come here with you, to share our experiences with members of the party.
Very important.
Who are within the country and also outside the country. So I think by way of introduction, I'll stop here for the time being.
Mashallah.
Thank you so much, Hagi.
A very good start.
Yes.
A former economist in the First Republic of 𝒂𝒊𝒏, the late 𝒂𝒂𝒏. I think that would be a very good way to start some of our action points. Ambassador Ibu Mane, many of us have been looking up to you people, not as only a beacon of hope, but an inspirational role models. Some of us has keep learning from you people, myself and then the likes of Mane Junior, and many of us, Flus, Drami. You remember we've been visiting you at home, and Ismail Faderas, the 𝒕𝒉𝒕𝒒𝒔, the 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒆𝒔, the 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏. We've been looking up to people like Uncle Amadou Tall, Uncle Ibu Mane, Uncle Bun Njag, and many other prominent UDP founding members. Can you just help us to introduce and make us to know better who is Uncle Igumane?
Thank you, thank you very much. As Amadou has just said, it's a pleasure to have accepted your invitation to come to this impressive outfit.
Thank you so much.
And we are proud that a party that we have helped to build, to found, has come to this level of sophistication and modernity. It means that the young people like you are doing a good job, and that we can sit and accept that they will do a good job in future.
Thank you so much.
Having said that, I am called Ibrahim Mane, but my friends call me Ibu. Ibu is the general name, and most young people don't call me Ibrahim, they call me Ibu Mane. Like Amadou, I was born in Banjul. Unlike him, I was born in Soldier Town. He was born at Halfdai. And these sections of Banjul have always been rivals.
Soldier Town and Halfdai?
Yes. Fortunately, we have not been rivals, I would say. To the contrary, we have been collaborators.
You look like twins sometimes.
And friends. And as he talked about it just now, we have done a lot of things together. I will elucidate later. Our involvement of the party is that when Yahya Jammeh was torturing our colleagues and friends and brothers, immediately after the coup, putting them on trucks, beating up. We who were not affected at that time, we had an office. Amadou and I had an office at Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
Yes, that's right. Nelson Mandela. We saw this and we thought, no, this cannot continue. This man is out to ruin the country. And we started at that time to discuss what we can do about this man and his group. We had already been dismissed
From the service?
From the service. Later they decided that no, rather than dismiss us, they will retire us. We were then civil servants. We were in fact permanent secretaries. I was permanent secretary Tourism and Information after leaving as permanent secretary in Health.
It was called then Tourism and Information.
Yeah, no, I started as permanent secretary Health.
Yes.
Then I was transferred to Natural Resources, and then I became permanent secretary Information and Tourism. That's when the coup d'etat came.
Okay.
And after 3-4 months, we were all permanent secretaries. Most of them were chopped out, including Amadou, who was then permanent secretary, Local Government and Lands. We continued. We decided that with our capacities, we cannot sit and complain about our dismissal from the service. We will create our own consultancy. So we created an office, a bank, a company which Amadou and I ran as the financial director. I was the administrative director, called Team International.
Team International.
Team International.
Okay, Team International.
Team is an acronym of our two names.
Oh.
Tal, Ibrahima, Mane, Amadou, and Mane. So Team. And that one we registered internationally, and we've been doing a lot of international cultural studies all over West Africa.
West Africa.
Okay. So far as our UDP connection is concerned, we had our own small party that we were Banjul, we were running. And we used to meet at our office and later at Lantoro. This is before the creation of the UDP.
Okay.
That's important to register.
Yeah.
So when this dispensation came and we were allowed to form parties, we decided we were going to form the party. So we went the very day we were to register, and we asked, I was then the secretary general of that party. Daddy Job was the president of that party. Okay. And we had others now, C.D. Jao, a lot of Wabanjuls. Okay? Later I can give you the names, and lots of them.
Yeah, inshallah.
Dr. Salah, all members. So when we went to the IEC, PIEC, it was called,
at the time.
Provisional, yeah. We asked them who were the parties that were registered. They said, oh, just now there's a party called UDP, run or at least led by Seydou Dabo. The people who were there to register with me, you have lawyer Usman Silla,
okay.
Pa Hali Sise of late memory, and myself.
And yourself.
So we said that, look, since it is Seydou Dabo, we don't have to split votes. Why don't we have just registered, but they haven't gone fired.
Yes.
We called them and we discussed whether we can work together. We called Usainu, and Usainu said, look, Yensuma Koto again.
At that time, the party, the decision was not approved.
No.
It was only submitted.
That's right. It was submit. He said, Yensuma Koto again. What you'll do, tell me where you want, and we'll meet and we'll discuss what's your program and what's. And we see. We invited him to meet at lawyer Mbasumbai's office at Makati Square.
Okay.
Usainu came with CDA Sanyang and Boro Suso and his bodyguard, Seka.
Seka, okay.
We had almost 1 hour of meetings to discuss what we had, what they had, and what we can do, how we can cooperate. Finally, Usainu said to us, look, this is the list of the committees that we are setting up. We have not done any, there is no officials on there yet. What I will do, why don't you guys also look at all these committees and slot your own people that you have already done on ours, and we go ahead.
We move ahead.
We decided, and we said that. They took me, I was the Secretary General, but I became the deputy to Sidi Asanya as Deputy Senior Administrator. Amadou Tal was Secretary in charge of Economic and Financial Affairs, etc. We all were slotted, as I said, in there. And we continued that until when we had our meeting in Birkama, and at that time, most of these members that we had were formally elected to be on the executive, and we continued for that. I became deputy until Sidia died, I think 3 years after or something, and I have been senior administrator of that party until the dispensation, that's until Barrow became president.
2016. Yeah.
So we are talking about 20-something years of which I was senior administrative secretary. And I had only left being senior administrative secretary when I went on asylum, and my deputy, who was Lamin Diba, took over from me.
Yeah, that's Lamin Dambu Diba.
Lamin Dambu, yes.
Late.
Good man. And
may he so rest in peace.
So that is my relation. The rest now, as we go on, we'll go into details of that. That's what happened.
Inshallah.
But so far as my parcours, as they say in French, my péripéties out of the civil service, etc. You have mentioned that I was ambassador of
Gambia in Sierra Leone.
Gambia in High Commissioner, of Gambia in Sierra Leone. Also accredited to Liberia, Ivory Coast, and the African Development Bank.
Oh.
So those are the
we are under your
right,
jurisdiction.
Yes. But before then, I have always been a diplomat because I trained as a modern languages person. Oh. I went to Dakar University and had a diploma there. Before I was supposed to do my degree. I did the diploma because I had another scholarship given to me to study in New Zealand. So I left that one, went to New Zealand where I did modern languages, and I came back after. During that time, I had the pleasure, I had the honor of being the first overseas student, the first black to be president of a student union in New Zealand and in Australia.
Oh, mashallah.
That's that.
That's it.
And I left, came back, and I was posted to the ministry. At that time, it was the Ministry of External Affairs, which is now called Foreign Affairs. And I was under A.B. Njai, Badara Njai, and later Andrew Kamara, Andrew Musa, who later became Musa. And the rest now, I continued being posted Dakar, the MC, the sector, but that we can talk about.
We will talk about
it. In nutshell, that is what I did until I was roped in the UDP, and I'm still there. I'm still here with my friend my friend and brother. We are together.
I call you twins. Anyway, just unfortunate that we did not have Ambassador Bunjak around. He should have been in the program today, but unfortunately, due to some conditions beyond his own reach. That would take me to my core as Lamin Mane Jr. Lamin, you had the two former ambassadors introducing themselves. Anyway, you are not a guest here today, but going to guide us to give us an analysis overview to see exactly the direction. Where do we come from, connected to where we are, and where we are heading to. But first, to the viewers, who is Lamin Mane?
Well, thank you so much, Haji. I'm not sure I had to take enough time to introduce myself. But because we are also part of the learners today, we have the privilege to sit down here with these two distinguished profiles. I am getting goosebumps as far as the communications are going on. Their contribution to the United Democratic Party since inception. But this shows that it's a generational struggle. We also tried our utmost best for continuity, and this is why today the outfit is well appreciated by them. Because I know they will remember where they have started, and then, as far as the party is progressing, young people are also getting involved and doing their contribution. So it's a pleasure, and my name is Lamin Mane, now called Lamin Mane Junior, because we have senior Lamin Mane.
Nyanjo.
So I am indeed delighted. I'm indeed delighted, and then I look forward to a very fruitful conversation. But as a learner here also in the panel. Thank you so much.
You welcome my mentors, people who really inspire me a lot. We'll begin with Ambassador Amadou Tall. Ambassador, you heard what Uncle Ibrahim Mane, Ambassador Ibrahim Mane said. He started it in his introduction. He talked about UDP's formation. They were having an ambition, an intention, an aim to register their own political party. But what I heard from him, if I may get it correct, was that they dropped their ambitions not because they want to be in power, but they dropped their ambitions because they think the country was at a crossroad at the time. And they cannot split the votes, if I heard him correctly. And in doing so, to avoid splitting the votes, to them at the time what was important is to have an ideological reconciliation, to look at the two parties imagined at the time about to be registered, that's the UDP and their own party, which he called the Banjulians, were about to form. They reconcile on policies and ideologies instead of power. Then structures became the last one, which was even offered by 𝒒𝒊𝒏. Can you take us through on what principle was the UDP formed on, as far as your experience and interactions were concerned?
Thank you, Haji. I think, as my friend and brother has indicated, the establishment of the UDP in 1996, came about as a result of the situation that existed in the Gambia
At the time.
at the time, because it was actually, the thinking was that we wanted a democratically elected government in the Gambia, because that was what we were used to. We were used to, living and working in a democratic environment, not in a military government. So we thought that there was need to form a party that is based on the principles of democracy and human rights.
Human rights.
As opposed to having a military government, which effectively was a dictatorship. So the two sides came together. We had the same ideas, at the time, because the objective was one, to see how we could form a party that will overthrow the military government. Overthrow in a democratic way.
In a democratic way.
Yes, that was the idea, and we came together at that time, and it was really, a strategic move on both sides. Both the newly emerging parties, one of the UDP, led by 𝒒𝒊𝒏, and the one that was emerging from the Gambia, from Banjul, and the two, sides came together and said, look, it is better that we join forces and have one solid strong party.
Strong party.
Called the United Democratic Party.
United Democratic Party.
Which everybody at that time supported, And as as Ambassador Mane has indicated, it evolved over time, and we can cite, the support and the contributions of so many people, especially those who came from Banjul, and the surrounding areas, because I remember that we had, lots of supporters, very strong ones.
Strong ones.
Unfortunately, over time, so many of them have passed away.
May their souls rest in
peace. Yes, may their souls rest in peace.
I mean,
we can make mention of former Ambassador 𝒂𝒊𝒏.
Oh, yeah, Ambassador 𝒂𝒊𝒏, yeah.
He was a very staunch member of the party.
The party, yeah.
We can make mention of Christian Davis.
Yes.
Who was also a strong
supporter of the
party.
And a member of the party.
And a member of the party. Mr. Okuta was also a very strong member of the party. We had the likes of Mustafa Diouf from Banjul South. He was also a very strong member. The likes of Uncle Njaga John. All of them have passed away.
Wow, Uncle Njaga John.
Yes, Uncle Njaga John. And we also had, Ibundao, who was also a candidate in Banjul North, very strong member. And so many of them, unfortunately, most of these people have passed away. But their contribution was immense. And valuable. Now, over the years, since then we have had, changes at the level of the presidents of the party. But we had the national president at the apex
level. Okay.
The first national president, I believe, was Mr. Ansumana Diba, who also passed away.
Was the party's first national
president?
National president, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And we also had, after Ansumana Diba, we had the late Lieutenant Colonel
𝒒𝒐𝒊𝒏, yeah.
Yes, who was also the national president. And he also passed away, I think, about few years after he became the national president.
National president of the party.
Yeah. Then I believe after Lieutenant Colonel 𝒒𝒐𝒊𝒏, we had Debo by force.
Yes, I think so.
Debo Bojang of
Bakau, yeah.
Who
also passed away now.
Also passed away, unfortunately.
May their soul rest in perfect peace.
So this, there have been some. The evolution was smooth.
Okay.
It was not catastrophic at all. Changes took place, and then we managed the changes in a very democratic way. And we could say, or I could say that the party, since its inception, grew from strength to strength.
Wow.
of course, when you have a newly established party,
yes.
it takes time before it spreads out all over the country. But with dedication and hard work, we were able to spread ourselves all over the country.
I was about to ask, how do you manage within the 22 years of an autocratic governance system,
Yes.
where, yes, you have, so-called multi-party democracy during that 22 years, but like, how do you manage for the party to get growth, like what you are saying? How do you manage to sustain the structures of the party in that hostile environment?
Yeah, the environment was very unfriendly, very hostile, as you have said, because, and it was sometimes dangerous. Even to be labeled as a member of the United Democratic Party, one's life was in danger.
Wow.
You
mean only to be identified as a UDP or label?
Just to be identified, because the military government then thought that any opposition, was detrimental to its existence. So their method, their way of operation or operating things was to victimize people who are seen to be opposed
to them,
their rule. And this was happening.
Yeah.
But for the UDP, members were very strong because they believed in what they were doing. They believed that, look, no matter what happens, our liberty is important. We have to defend our democratic rights. And this kept the party going.
Wow.
People were very strong. They believe in the party, in the objectives, the ideals of the party, and that kept the party going.
Oh, yeah.
In spite of the arrests, the torture,
challenges that
the obstacles, the hurdles that they faced. People were arrested. So many people were arrested. So many people were tortured, imprisoned, and killed. So many of them. But in spite of all this, the party kept on going and increasing in numbers. Increasing in numbers. Anytime the party organized a rally, you'll be surprised. People will come en masse.
You mean even those days?
In those days, people will come en masse, and the ruling military government will be scared because they will send informers all over the place, trying to find out how the United Democratic Party could organize and bring so many people, around them.
I mean, if I want to take you back a bit, because we need to, military rules, they were very oppressive at the time, very aggressive, and they use all tactics, including labeling the UDP as a Mandinka party. So being a Fula at the time, if you heard about those kind of labeling, the party as a Mandinka party, and you've been part of the founders of that party, how do you see yourself at the time?
No, actually, we knew that the military government would use all types of tactics or all types of labels, divisive moves in order to, cripple
down the growth of the party.
The party. They will use everything. As you have just said, they will use some tribal remarks or labels. But for us, as members of the United Democratic Party, we knew exactly what we wanted. was a party that was open to everybody. As long as you're a Gambian, no matter what tribe you come from, you are most welcome. So we worked as a team, not as tribal groups.
Yes.
No. Yeah. We worked as a team.
As a team.
The United Democratic Party believes in democracy. We believe in human rights. No tribal labels, nothing. A Mandinka will come in and become a member. A Wolof will come in and become a member. A Jola will come in and become a member. A Fula will come in. And we had all, tribes within the party.
So you mean, if I go to right, means those tribal gymnasts could not tame down your morals, could not harm you for participating meaningfully on the principles of democracy, rule of law, and good governance. You still get.
That was not the objective. The objective was not that. The objective was to establish a democratic party, make it strong, so that it could win elections and change the government.
Government in place.
Because the government that existed then was a military government. It was a dictatorship. It was against human rights, and it was also against the rule of law.
Rule of law.
So the objective of the United Democratic Party at that time and up to now was to bring together, Gambians together and work on achieving a democratically elected government at the time. And up to now.
Up till now.
So there was no tribal
division,
inclination.
Oh yeah.
As far as the party was concerned.
The party was concerned internally.
Yeah. The military government then will want to use divisive, methods or divisive tactics.
Tactics, yeah.
In order to weaken the party.
The party.
But they could not do that. They could not succeed.
They could not do that. That's Ambassador Amadou Tall. That will take us through to the former administrative secretary of the party, who were keeping records of this party. After, I think it's Samsar or Usman Silla.
No.
He was the...
After, no. With Sidia
Sanyang was the first admin secretary. Yeah. So after Uncle Sidia Sanyang, you were the second administrative secretary for the UDP. Ambassador Amadou Tall has given us a kind of a historical connection from 1996, in fact, to the new dispensation, that's the 2016 change. A bit of analysis, I think, will come from Lamin in that. So how would you say to the suggestions that as an administrator, when you people found the party, you try to make sure that the party belongs to only one side or one sect to the Gambians. As an administrator, what will you say to that? After giving us your views that you are having an intention as Banjulians to form your own political party, but you reconcile with the UDP, who also filed their registration to become a political party. After knowing that, you came as a team, as Gambians, reconcile your policies together and ultimately form the UDP, that's the United Democratic Party. I will come back to the same question I have asked Uncle Amadou Tall. You are not a Mandinka. And in fact, both of you never speak Mandinka language. And today we are celebrating 30 years of UDP's existence. But if you go back to 1996, the objectives and the goal that the party was established, how do you feel as an administrator if you keep hearing people trying to connect the party to tribal inclination?
Let's start by saying that we at that time in Banjul had no tribal lenience.
Mm-hmm.
That's because when we were kids, there were hardly any secondary schools In fact, there were just Gambia High School, no, Methodist Boys High School, Dobson Seat, and later Gambia High School, and St. Augustine. That was all. So all the people who were from the provinces, at that time it was called with the regions now, had to come to Banjul. And when they come, most of them were lodged by people who are not Mandinka speaking people. That had two-pronged result. One, the people who came later to be the senior officials of the of the PPP already were people who were imbued in speaking Wolof, which is their host compounds when they came to do their schedule. That helped. But the most important, the another important thing is that when we formed our party, which was the the National Democratic Union, our party.
That's NDC,
yes,
NDU.
Yes. When we were going to do it, all the people who were there were Wolof speaking, and we used to meet, as I said, either in our office at Cameroon Street or at Labtoro. And one of the things that was useful is that when we decided that we will amalgamate with the UDP, when we were all there registering, when Usainu, I've just told us that, look, you have this list of the provisional executives. You slot in all this. All of the people that were there were, when it came to our first Congress in Birkama, were revoted to this word. And that is why, at that time, and for a long time, most of the people who were executive members were Wolof speaking from Banjul.
Oh.
You understand? And that was important.
Yeah, yeah.
So the people who would have ordinarily said, oh no, it's a Mandinka party, they did not say that because they see in us their representatives in a party that ordinarily would be envisaged and looked as a Mandinkan party. And we, the senior parties, had never had no idea or any feeling of being left out, because we were together in the party, Mandinka or Wolof.
All tribes, you mean?
All tribes, but Yaya Jallo was Usainu's deputy.
Deputy, yes.
Until he died. And he continued. 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏, from Banjul, was then
from 2015 was
from
the
other tribe. That's right. And Mariam Denton and me, Femul Jansi. So at the end of the day, you cannot, anybody who wants to be a detractor, including the national, the military people, they cannot say it's a Mandinka party. Because you say that there's a, but the Ibumana is not. Amadou Tall is not, 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 is not. The party is a multi-party, and it continued until recently when we started hearing people say it's a Mandinka party. And the detractors are the people mainly who were with us. I don't mention names, but those are the people.
You mean these are people who were within?
Yes, who were with us, and they knew that
yes, yes.
And everything goes. And a party started when most of us were no longer executive members of the party, and they were replaced by Mandinka. So we have to use that. It's not because it's not a day. By all non-Wolofs. And that way, the others who want to criticize the party will say, you see them, what Wolof do you have in this? What Fula do you have in? And unfortunately, it is easy to and glaring to look at that. You look at all of those, and you see their Mandinka. When in fact we are non-Mandinka, but we are still in the party, and we can say that what you say is not true. It is still a multi-party, a multi-tribal party, which includes all of us.
Just like now.
And then 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 is there, but they don't want
the deputy party leader, the national president, you see the deputy campaign manager, you go to the youth sector, you even go to the administrative part of it. It is all tribes within. In fact, you have more other tribes than the Mandinkas currently as we speak in the
That is it.
Yeah. So that will take me to the.
So let me say, Bana, you do that, okay? And because of this, the reason also why at that time the party had a lot of credibility internationally and nationally. That is because most of the people that came to coalesce with UDP happened to have been most of them who were civil servants who were choked out by Yaya Jammeh. Me, Amadou Taleb, Bunjak, that you've mentioned just now, etc., etc. And those are intellectuals that came to join the party, not join, to be with the party, and they continued until recently.
The late Uncle Sidar Jobs.
That's right. Sidar Job, all of that like that. They are all civil servants, and that helped in making the party very strong internationally. When we went to meetings, like for example, I went in 1977 to apply for membership of the Socialist International in Rome.
In Rome, okay.
And that gave us the international blanket that we needed. And that when we were able to do a lot because of that. Because Socialist International is an organization of socialist parties. And they are very strong, and they were strong very much so far as the governor side and governments are concerned. And they helped us a lot in recognition. And because of that, a lot of things could not have been done by Yaya Jammeh and his group because of our membership of the Socialist International. I went there to get membership. I applied for membership myself there as senior administrative
secretary at the time.
You see?
At the time.
Oh, well, now to your question.
Yes. Just to make a bit of follow-up, because you're talking about 1996, and now you're celebrating 30 years as far as UDP's formation is concerned. You're coming to celebrate it this Sunday coming. And the party was established on a strong democratic beliefs. The principles were very clear that they want a government that is going to be a rule of law, to restore the rule of law and democracy that was overthrown by the then military government of Jammeh. Did you see any way that the UDP have deviated its course from 1996 to where we are now?
Well, UDP had a splinter group, which is the present government. That's a splinter group of the party, of the UDP. But UDP as party has not, to my knowledge, has not deviated from the original principles as laid down by the founding fathers. Including we here who were signatories of the original convent but created the party. I have not seen that. To the contrary, I feel, I look up and I see what UDP is doing and is engaged in, and I want to thank God that the party that we helped create is on the right track. there are other areas now that it is not something to leap out at on the thing, television or whatever. But generally, we have not deviated. We have not deviated. And if we have deviated, let me say one thing. I am an Amadou. I can speak with him for him too. If we had seen that this party has been completely hijacked and from the ideas and the ideals that we enunciated at founding, we would not be sitting here today. No, we would have said, no, it is a lost cause, and we go do something. There are tons of us who were in the UDP, who are still okay UDP, but they don't have the time to come and talk, or even they say, no, leave it like that. And it's not because they are fearing any retribution from the government or anywhere. It's just that they said it's not worth it. But we, who were the staunch senior officials of the party, and we created this, so we still, anyone, like I've told you just now, thank you very much, you're doing a wonderful job. And when I tell you, I am saying it for the others, like Lamin Mane, who's his namesake, and I happen to be one of his mentors.
Yes.
Because when I was Deputy Secretary General of the Senegambian Secretariat, he used to come as a student from Gambia High School to me, and we spoke French.
That's Dr. Lamin Man.
That's the Dr. Man.
That's his popular name.
That's right.
He's been debunking that he's not a doctor, but people know him as Dr. Lamin Man.
That's right.
Yes.
And I look at this and I say, Alhamdulillah, you do well. And,
Mashallah. Amadou want to add something there?
Yes, let me just support what Ambassador Mane has just said concerning the party, that is the UDP today. Over the years, over the period of 30 years, of course, one should expect that things will change. I mean, there will be some changes.
There will be some changes, obviously.
And as I always say, you sit down and see a party evolve over a period of time.
Yes.
And this is what has also happened to the United Democratic Party. Over this period of 30 years, so many things have changed. But not, catastrophic change. These changes, are actually, in my view, natural changes.
Natural changes, okay.
And we've also seen some innovations within the party. But there are so many things that are happening today which did not exist then when we just started the party.
The party, yes.
But what is happening, as a matter of fact, in fact, what we are now doing is an innovation as far as the United Democratic Party is concerned.
Because
this, equipment, the outfit that we have, we did not have that 20 years ago.
So the facilities were
10 years ago.
To the contrary, we want to go to GRTS, and they will choke us out. No, so I will go there, me and Femi Peters. And they will say, no, we will not. No, I'm not talking about broadcasting like this. Go there to do an announcement. They will say no, because they were fearing for their post, even their lives.
Their lives including.
And the directors and all will not see. They say UDP. They will not come.
And I think we will come to that point. We'll come to that point.
So I would say that over time we have evolved. It's the same party. Well, some some personalities have changed,
Yes.
naturally.
Naturally.
But what we have today is a reflection of a stronger United Democratic Party. Because we, to a like extent, we have contributed a lot, meaning that, and we are still contributing, there's no doubt about that.
You mean the manifestations are indications that you have more stronger United Democratic Party?
Now we have younger people who have taken over from Mr. Mane, Ambassador Mane, and from myself, and from others, who are going by what we have laid down as a foundation.
As a foundation.
They have not come to destroy the foundation, but they are building on the foundation, which is very good. Yeah. So we are glad that the party has strong, young, dynamic members who can take the party forward with the help of good leaders,
The experience,
good leaders like the Secretary General and party leader, who helps a lot in steering the party. Okay, so and we also, as Ambassador Mane has just said, we will not sit back and see the party go down the drain. If we
observe
if we observe any, malpractice or
abnormalities,
weaknesses, we will step in. From time to time, we go and see the Secretary General and party leader and say, look, this is happening, these are our views. Why don't we do it this way? Why don't we do it that way? So we offer our ideas and our views so that we continue to see a stronger United
Democratic Party. So that we will continue to see a stronger.
I have a contribution.
United Democratic Party. I'm coming to. Yeah, that's where I'm coming to. I will come back to both ambassadors. But you had, I call them our mentors, not only ambassadors, but we really learn from you people. We always go to the party leader and ask him, okay, we want you to take us through some UDP legendary personalities, and some people's names keep coming out. Those include the two ambassadors that are before us today. So Lamin, you heard what they have said since 1996, because we'll come back to their tenure in office. As far as Jawara's time, former President Jawara is concerned, we'll come back to that one. But what is your take after listening to the two, as far as the UDP is concerned? What is your take?
Thank you so much. I think I've learned a lot of conviction from them, because coming together, knowing full well that you can also establish your own party or movement and pursue your different course, but saying that let's bring these things together, regardless of some will say ethnicities and whatnot. I think that's a conviction that is definitely lacking in our today Gambia. Because in as much as we are a multi-party democracy, but I think the proliferation of political parties as of today is something that is a cause for concern. If United Democratic Party can be formed out of 3 political parties, as far as I know, and then a solid movement like yours is also part of the formation of this party, that means even senior civil servants were very much interested in shaping a new direction as far as 1994 is concerned.
1994 to 1964 are concerned.
So if that is the case, I want to know from your all angles, why is it difficult today that people cannot come together and support a particular party that they believe has already an idea, policy and programs that they subscribe to before going on to found another party to find a different cause, but with an interest to be part of a government. Because every political party is formed to capture political power and then inject your ideas, your objectives as far as governance is concerned. I don't know what are your views around that, because I know at that point you can also say it, because being a political party comes with a lot of opportunities. More so if you are a senior executive member and then the party leader. At one point, if you are elected, it comes with a lot of privileges. And I believe that is one of the problems that we are faced with today, that everybody want to participate in government to enrich themselves and their generations to come. Because that can be the only conclusive method that we will apply here. If we can have at least 3, 4, 5 different political parties in this country, a small country like the Gambia, I think ideologically it's all inclusive. Because today we have NPP, we have UDP, and the list goes on. I don't think any other party comes because you don't want to see a government running well with agriculture, with diplomacy, policies, and economy and whatnot. But our differences is how we go about with solving these problems. So I think as a newcomer in this political dispensation, you'll be able to find an outfit that aligns with your ideas, like what you guys did in 1996, that already there is a formation of a party, and then coming together with this party, we will also have the opportunity to inject our ideas into these parties, our leadership skills into these parties, and shape the direction of this party. Why do you think this is difficult at this time and age now? Yeah.
We begin with Uncle Ambassador Mane.
You have to, let me correct you a little bit. We were not civil servants. We had already left. We were already chopped out.
Yes.
We are no longer students. Yes. But we were former civil, and we are senior ones at that, because we were all permanent secretaries. Jallo was permanent secretary. He was permanent secretary. I was permanent, etc. Yeah. But we were civil servants who were left dispensed with by when we did not even retire statutory. So that's one. And the ideas that we had as civil servants, because maybe we'll discuss that later, but as civil servants at that time, there is an inculcation of our country first. We have to help our country. We will have to do. Nowadays, I don't know. Nowadays, people just want to, yes, this man is so good, he's corrupt, he's that, and that. When in actual fact, we should be saying, look, we should be sovereign, we should be nationalistic, we should be able to do this, we'll be self-sufficient, etc. Yeah. But hardly would you see one of the official candidates saying, look, we are national, we will do about our country. They don't do that. At that time, we were doing that. We were planning that. Yeah. And when we came and UDP came, there were also lots of civil servants. Yaya Jallo was not from our group. He was a founder member directly of the UDP.
Of the UDP. That's Uncle Jallo, the former
he was the deputy party leader.
Yes. Yes.
Etc. So what I am saying is, I don't know. I'm not saying that is because there is lack of.
Because even to have a consensus on the coalition now, it's a problem.
Amadou answer that.
Actually, it's difficult to answer, but let me just say this. We have to understand that the environment that existed then in 1996 is completely different from the environment that exists today. That's true. Then you had a military dictatorship. And it was difficult for anybody to say, look, I am going to form a new party. Only brave men who were committed to their ideas and objectives could form a party
At the time.
at the time. Perhaps this might not be very clear to you, but we who live then knew that it was not an easy matter to come and say, look, I'm going to form a party, political party. Because forming a political party meant an opposition to Yahya Jammeh's government. And nobody wanted to oppose Yahya Jammeh visibly at that time. You understand what I mean?
I see your point.
So not everybody will come and say, okay, I'm going to form a party.
I'm going to form a party, yeah.
No. You have to be very committed, extremely committed, and prepared to sacrifice your life, which we all did. We could have left the country immediately after Yahya Jammeh sacked us. We could have left the country.
But he said no.
Most of us doing
To
what
go
other people did.
to other countries and find some jobs, international jobs. But we said, no, this is our country. You know, let's sacrifice here. And that was what we did. Today, the environment is different. We are talking about, a democratic environment. Everybody has the right to form his or her own party. The environment is different. So now you have every Tom, Dick, and Harry wanting to form a political party for reasons that they know, because sometimes it is not logical to see so many political parties emerging.
22 registered? Oh.
Yeah,
If not
so,
more.
24.
So that as you have said, I mean, it makes sense to find out which existing party you can join based on your own political philosophy. But no, that is not happening.
That is not.
So what their reasons are, I don't know. They have their own reasons. But it does not make sense. But then the important thing is that those political parties that are emerging, they don't have followers. That is the problem. Sometimes when they announce their names and you find out who are the ones behind those parties, you don't know.
Yeah, true.
Right? So that is something that needs to be examined properly. We need to analyze it properly and to find out exactly why these parties are emerging, are actually springing up so fast, as opposed to supporting the existing parties. And as Ambassador Mane has said, the NPP that exists at the moment, is an offshoot of the United Democratic Party. It came from the United Democratic Party.
Yes.
You understand? So now the other parties that are actually coming up should have, easily, supported the NPP or the UDP or the
PDIS.
or the PDIS, easily, because they are not coming up with any fundamentally different ideology. I haven't seen it. You understand? But my view is that, it was more difficult then in 1996
Than now.
or 1997 or 1998 when the military government was around to form a party than now.
No.
That's well.
Okay. Yeah, you have a follow-up?
No. That's well. That's
okay.
well explained.
And I will also get your independent analysis, because I can see, what I connect historically, that these people were very young at the time.
Yeah.
Not very, very, but they were at the age of what we term as young people. But they sacrifice a lot. Yeah. But I want to know again, if you will be analyzing whether today's politics and their politics that day, because us young people have been accused a lot that we most times we deviate from moral principles to follow these worldly things. Yeah. Comparing their time in the struggle, how would you look at what they have said compared to today's politics?
Well, so I think they have given it all, because subscribing to a political party at that time means your life itself is at stake. And like Mani mentioned here, they were former senior government officials or civil servants with every opportunity to go out and have decent employments. But they rather stayed and then also contribute their quota to bringing in a democracy. So that in itself is not a child play. It's giving yourself up for a struggle that your family can be victimized in. And it happened to a lot of leadership within the United Democratic Party. It was a turbulent waters that they had to go through until today we enjoy and also playing our quota in a very civilized democracy that we enjoy today. So you cannot compare their generation and ours, because for today, you can join the United Democratic Party, you go to a media like we are doing now, you critique the policies of government, you critique the individual, the president, you go home, you sleep, and then nothing much will happen. In as much as we see sometimes, police will call people for interrogations and whatnot, but
unlike their time,
I'm not sure you'll be even called for
a car without a number that will stand at your gate.
So yes. if they can put everything up and join a struggle at that young age, 45 years or 50 years means.
Yeah, remember, you are 30. And we are talking about a time whereby you'll be 45.
45 or so.
Not more than 50.
Imagine at that time you'll have a young wife, young children, beautiful career ahead. So putting all those aside and getting yourself into a terrain that is so consuming, I think it's something that we definitely should be proud of. That this party is not built from enjoyment,
from
white clothes, or convenience. It's a struggle that has consumed people's life, because some people, as they were saying, a lot of people died now that we are part of the leadership then, but others were even victims of joining the UDP, the likes of Solo, and the list goes on. Some are still going through single nyas, and the list goes on. That was a direct attack to their humanity, and then it cost them their lives. So this party is not a party that was built from convenience. And whosoever is in this party now, as far as the leadership is concerned, needs to see that true nature of the party. That whatever that you are doing today, you should reminisce and get yourself okay that I should also contribute my quota in a way that is progressive, that can also be nostalgic, like what they are doing now. If they start mentioning names, I feel very happy. These names, if you go to the Manjai Bureau,
you find them there.
So that means their contributions. A lot of people died in this country. A lot of people with money. A lot of people with influence. But today, even their grandchildren cannot remember their names. But we are here talking about names that are maybe 2-3 decades gone. But because of their contribution to this party, their sacrifice. So it's very important that as a human being, especially as a young person, you left something behind, something that people can talk about. And I think that is exactly what they have done. This is why today I am very privileged to sit beside them here and also learn like the viewers are doing.
Absolutely.
And also learn about the history of those that were there before us. And I promise to also contribute my quota and also maybe in the next future years, because I want to also be invited like they are today.
Indeed,
and talk about the party in my old age.
Yeah, by your grandkids, like they are now, answering questions from their grandkids.
Yeah, so we have inherited something that was not built from convenience, but from serious conviction and struggle. And I think it's paramount and sacrosanct that we continue the struggle and make it a generational struggle. Even if we make it into government, which we believe we are going to make into government December 5th,
Inshallah.
it should not be a party that is characterized like APRC and NPP, but a party that is built from the blood and sweat of individuals that are gone and that are with us here today. So I am very pleased to be part of this panel.
Thank you so much. To both of you, I'll throw these questions to you because I can see, Uncle Amotala has today been intergenerational. Although Uncle Ambassador Ibrahim Mane came as like an elderly statesman, but Uncle Amotala still showing us that he is still fit to be there. So he's intergenerational. So if we hear that people saying that this party is not giving opportunity to young people, and knowing the strength and the powers of the party, even though you are not actively in the executive, but I know you keenly follow the party's activity, day-to-day, political activity across. The voices you keep hearing, you know them. You can distinguish who is who. You can differentiate who is who, both at the male side and female side. If you hear people saying that UDP, they don't consider the youth, how do you feel? The question is for both of you. The intergenerational and who's representing the other purpose. So, they feel a lolo. And I know we'll also talk the local languages, but unfortunately, both of them cannot speak Mandinka, so that's but yes, we'll go for Wolof. So, knowing they feel it, how do you feel? Knowing they feel it, so they get Hali.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. People who say that don't know what they're saying. UDP, as I see it, not because I am part of it enough to forget what is the case, but if you look at UDP, there are not many old people there. Remove Genechi Usainu Dabo and a few others. Usainu is not old. I'm much older than Usainu Dabo.
I can
and
see.
Amadou is about the same age as Usainu Dabo.
Yeah.
Older.
Huh? They're older.
Yeah.
Okay, there you are.
So you're older than Usainu Dabo.
He's fit and well and doing well. And there are countries that have somebody of his level of age who's doing well in their countries. Yeah. And don't forget, his experience in scholarship, in politics, as well as professionally,
Yes.
is still needed by the country.
Yeah.
That's one. Secondly, who else can they be talking about the generational gap? Oh, you people are all young people.
Yeah.
Your executive, the most of them
are very young. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
The senior ones are only.
It's only
that's right.
Yeah. Below are all young.
So it's only, as I keep saying, it's the detractors who say that, and they just look at Usainu and at him. When in actual fact, even at his age, what he can
calculate in seconds.
What he can emit from experience and from skills as a lawyer, and a skilled lawyer at that, would still be useful if we use him, if we have him as president. That's important to remember. Don't say he's an old man, therefore you can bring a younger man who will be a terrible man.
By the way, the ones in place.
Examples.
The ones in place, we are not younger. The ones in place, the former ones, and then even the current sitting president, are they not younger?
That's right. They are much younger.
They are much
younger.
But
the young ones, the James, what have done, don't accept turn the country into up and down. That also is not the ideal young man that we are looking for a country.
Yeah.
That's it. There are others, go to WADA, But he's much, much older, even when he was president, to what 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 has now.
Yeah, I think around.
And he was able to do a very good job.
Yeah.
Actually, in any organization, especially in a political party, you have a mix, of young and old in any organization, and each group has its own strengths, and we believe that within the UDP, UDP has gathered a lot of experience and expertise over a period of time. That whoever comes in will not start from scratch. You understand?
Yeah.
Because the foundation has already been built. You are not coming to say, okay, UDP is a party in disarray. It has its structures
In place.
It has its mission and its objectives clearly stated.
Yeah.
It is one of the few parties that, has been able to explain its objectives,
Very good.
its missions, and its values since its inception.
Yeah.
One of the few parties. It is only now that some of the emerging parties that are trying to emulate, trying to copy what UDP has done.
Oh, you mean copycats, right? They're copying from you.
But this UDP has always
Lead.
been able to explain what it stands for,
Yeah.
what it wants to achieve when it forms a government. This is known as far as UDP is concerned.
Is concerned.
As I said, the other parties are just, copying
Yeah.
What the UDP has already been
what the UDP
manifested.
has done before. And UDP does it much better. You understand?
Yeah.
We have a party manifesto. We have where we have the objectives, the mission,
The aims and the goal.
the goals, what UDP will do when they form a government. All this is in
It's in writing.
is in the form of a document, which is, by the way, the most recent one is being prepared, and I believe by Sunday or Monday we will have the manifesto
Again, be launched.
ready to be distributed all over the country. Okay, but this is because of the fact that UDP has a foundation, and it has a body of, experts, experts who have the knowledge, they have the ideas. Because UDP is not short of human resources. UDP has, adequate human resources.
Yeah.
In all sectors. So if we continue like this, with the participation of young people, of course, but then young people should also understand that, young and old have to work together.
Yeah.
You understand? And the ones that are being called young now will be called old tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
So it's a dynamic situation, and the relationship has to be dynamic, and then it could also be called a symbiotic type of relationship.
That's right.
The old benefiting from the young, the young benefiting from the old.
Yeah.
And that brings about a beautiful harmony. You understand? Now, what we should be working towards now is to have a very strong, clearly worked out strategy for the next election. And we believe that if we do that, all over the country, come December 5th, UDP will claim victory. This is, the feeling I have. But it has to be a vigorous, hard work. Because it is not easy always to fight against an incumbent.
Yeah.
Because the incumbent has all
resources.
all the resources, So, but we have the people
with us.
We have the skills, we have the know-how, and then what we need to do is just to continue, working hard, have a very good campaign strategy, and get out and reach the voters. And I think what you guys are doing here at the media department is part of that work, because this is part of the campaign work.
Yeah.
That the party is supposed to do. And it is very useful because what we are saying now would be disseminated throughout the whole country and outside the country also.
Yeah.
While we are still around, and I believe we don't have much time,
Yeah.
I want to say that we have also Gambians outside the country in the diaspora.
Gambian diaspora.
Who are very much interested in what we are doing as a party. And they are watching us that to see how we can bring about a new government.
Yeah.
Because what exists at the moment is not what we all want.
Yeah.
The Gambia we want is different from what
We are
exists at the moment.
Just that money.
Okay? And Gambians in diaspora are also, eagerly watching what we are doing.
Yeah.
And I think they also have a very important role to play.
Yeah.
So that what we do here at the media department will be of interest to them.
As former ambassadors, if I may come to that point, you have read the party's diaspora policy. I believe you get access to it, right? As former ambassadors, do you think on the way forward, the type of government that the UDP are about to create, the diaspora inclusion is something practically impossible as far as implementation of those policies are concerned?
To start with, we, including Ambassador 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒆𝒍, who was not able to come,
Here,
we are members of the Foreign
policy
Committee. And that includes diaspora affairs. So we are working on this already anyway, and by the time we're ready, and we're almost on it now, we will be. But it is our conviction, because we are all, particularly me, I was, when the present president was made, elected president, I was already a diaspora member.
Yes.
I was in Raleigh, North Carolina.
North Carolina at the time,
So
yes.
I feel for, and I feel as a diaspora man up to now. My family is all there. You understand? And I believe it is a slap in their face. It is something which is contrary to what we as UDP believe they should do. Because if you go to Senegal, the diaspora has now a new fund that they put, and the money they put there enable them to leave the loans that they get from the World Bank to use only the money they have. That can be done, and we have, Amuda said it earlier, because if the facilities they have and the resources they have can be used, harnessed, we will be able to do something not only for them to come back home and do something, not even permanently, but to invest in this country and also invest for the country nation of our party. Yeah. Because what we had in mind when we created the party was not a party just to oust and that will be the end of the party. We want to have a party, we wanted a party that will continue like the Conservative Party in England,
in UK,
or the Labour Party, that will continue for hundreds. And you'll sit and say, you will even remember of 𝒂𝒏 and so on, who were members. No, that's still going, because we would have, as Amadou said, we would have built the foundation not to win an election and not to oust one party on the no, it is to continue for the development and the well-being of the country as a whole. It's irresistible for whether you are a Mandinka or whatever, or you are in Basse or in Banjul or in Katong. It is all our country, and we have to work together towards that. And we can do that because the diaspora has a big work to do on this one and have a role to play. And we have to continue to invest in what you are doing so that they also would learn and understand that we are in it for them and we are in together, and we will win. But when we win, we will do it for them also, and that's important.
Time is not much on our side. I just want to come to you as maybe you can add what you want to add there before. I just want to put this before Lamin also will come in later. Being an economist, you know, the country today is highly indebted, over 100 and some said $151 billion is, some said 140 something billion dollars is, combination from Jawara, Jammeh, and now Barrow. As an economist, I know you know a lot as far as the economic prosperity of this country is concerned, and then the challenges that we also might face. But like, how do you compare? I'm not saying the Jammeh economic policy, but where did you think you left the Jawara economic development trajectory compared to what we are now facing under Barrow? How would you compare the two? And what do you think the diaspora policy in terms of investment areas, diaspora inclusion in political participation, the diaspora being given an avenue to have diaspora born as far as the UDP policy and program is concerned with the current policies, economic policies of Barrow, and where do you compare it to the Jawara era?
First of all, let me say that, well, there are two things here. You're talking about the diaspora as a very important segment
stakeholder
of the Gambian population, because there are Gambians living outside the country who actually have a direct linkage with their home country,
yeah.
Their home country. Now, for UDP, as far as we are concerned, we believe that the Gambians in the diaspora have to be empowered. We just don't say that, okay, they are Gambians, they can at any time send
money, remittances, yes.
That is not the idea. The idea is to make them productive. I'm not saying that sending remittances is not productive. But they could be made more productive
Than limiting it to remittances alone.
limiting it to remittances, because the funds that they send will be used as investment funds, not funds that will come and then we consume it today.
Pay school fees.
You know,
Back of high loan.
most of the time that is what is happening.
Yeah.
You have a son or you have a daughter who is in America or who is in England or France or what have you. Then at the end of the month, he or she sends you something to consume.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Which is very good, and there's no doubt about that. But in order to develop the country, they have another role that they can play. We can have an investment fund that comes from Gambians in the diaspora. We could be used to develop the productive sectors of the economy. You have agriculture, which is very important as far as we are concerned, but which has not been given
The priority it deserves.
the type of attention it requires. Understand? We have the industrial sector, which is also virtually non-existent.
Collapse completely.
You have the tourism sector, which also needs a lot of support. Practically all the sectors of the economy in the country require some support. But you have to have good policies devised to address the needs of each of those sectors. That brings me back to what you have asked about the economy at the time of the
Jawara.
Jawara government. The economy at that time was quite manageable. It was well handled. It was well managed in the sense that the government, had good planners, and it had also a very strong civil service. Okay, and all the ministries, that's the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry for Local
Tourism,
Government and Lands, Tourism, Transport and Communication, all those ministries were actually manned by competent
people.
Not only competent in working as a civil servant, but they were also loyal people, loyal to their country.
Okay. At the time means loyal to your nation is what.
Yes. They were loyal to the Gambia as a country because they believed that they were born and raised in the Gambia and they had to work for the advancement of the country. Not loyal to the political party that formed the government at the time.
At the time.
So there was a distinction between party
and state or and government,
and government and civil service. You see, you can become a civil servant without becoming a member of the ruling party, or without being an open member. Because nowadays you want to identify yourself as a civil servant.
According to Barrow, if you ask them, they say that they cannot tell you where they belong to their oppositions. Means that you have to declare that you have.
No, so that actually then we had what we call 5-year development plans in those days. During the time of George. 5-year development plans, meaning that the entire economy of the country was planned and we implemented over a period of 5 years.
5 years.
Every 5 years. And that helped a lot because it gave
a guidance
and direction. And then we also had plans to raise funds in order to bring in investments, both public and private investments. Okay? public, from government, then the private, inviting companies and other institutions to invest in sectors that have already been identified as priority sectors. Okay, that was what was happening during the time of Jawara. But unfortunately, that trajectory
has now shifted.
Was actually hijacked by a military government. Of course, when the military government came, everything turned upside down.
Upside down.
Planning stopped. Things were done in a very haphazard manner. And
the focus shifted to more of white elephant project rather than sustainable
projects that Yahya Jammeh thought were good, or Yahya Jammeh's own ideas at the time. That was why so many of the programs that were prepared and that were in the pipeline during the time of the Jawara regime were just, set aside. And if they followed those programs, the country would have actually experienced some rapid development. But they did not do that. Instead, they threw them away and brought in some crazy ideas. You understand? This was what was happening. Now we find ourselves in a situation where, most of the sectors of the economy are not doing well.
That's presently.
And we need to fix the economy of this country. It has to be done as quickly as possible.
And if you can be specific, if you say most of the sectors,
like
in the productive areas, could you
take for example, only one sector, which is agriculture, agriculture, which is basic. The government pays a lip service to agriculture. They say we are helping farmers, but you are helping farmers, but agricultural productivity is not high. Right? We are still importing a lot of rice, and by now we should have been able to reduce completely the importation of rice. The Gambia has a lot of experience in rice growing. We also have, the potential, so we can grow rice, and at least twice in the year, if not 3 times. Okay? We have the means. But it requires a focus policy and a well-articulated program so that one can implement it. But
does your party have that?
The United Democratic Party has the ideas, and this is going to be reflected in the manifesto.
Okay.
That agriculture will be given
a priority attention.
Right. But then the other aspect is, if you want to develop agriculture, you should not look at agriculture in the way it was being seen in the past. That agriculture is just a matter of go to the field and just grow rice,
substantive farming,
groundnuts, millet, and so on.
Yeah.
You have to see agricultural development across the value chain. What I mean by that is that you have to think in terms of how to prepare the ground before you start farming. How to prepare the ground. And that requires some mechanization. You also have to make sure that you have sufficient good quality fertilizer
Fertilizer.
in order to increase the yields of the seeds that you are going to plant. Third, you also have to have protection of your crops by using pesticides and herbicides. Okay, that's another aspect of the value chain. Then the next stage is to ensure that what is harvested is properly stored, so that you will reduce post-harvest loss. Okay. The next stage is to ensure that there is proper marketing of the crops.
Of the crops.
Okay. That also is very, very important.
After production.
After production.
Then marketing.
Then another stage is the how to how do you call it again? After the marketing, you also want to bring in packaging.
Yeah. Packaging, yeah.
Packaging.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So all these are important aspects of the value chain.
Yeah.
Up to the time it gets, the other aspect I was thinking of is the processing.
Processing, yeah.
Yes. Processing has to be done in the right way. Okay. All these things are things. So these are things that are required when you want to improve or when you want to increase agricultural production. But then another important aspect is to make use of the large labor force that we have in the country. That's the young people who are actually coming out of school.
Yeah.
And who do not have, access to jobs. These have to be trained after high school. They used to have skills centers or skill training institutions,
yes.
That can train entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Can train farmers, but farmers now have to be trained as entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs, yes.
You can become a farmer and at the same time an entrepreneur, so that you will know how to process your produce.
To be innovative in that matter.
So these are the things that we require. There are so many other sectors that one can talk about, but this, in my view, is basic. Agriculture is basic because we need to work hard within a very short time. In order to produce the food that we eat.
Yeah.
Not to be importing
everything.
Most of the things that we eat. So I believe I can go on and on.
Yeah, position is interesting.
Let me say,
it's interesting. Yes, it's interesting. Yes, I want to come to you, Uncle Amari.
That Amadou has been for 3 years, going 4 years, permanent secretary, agriculture and natural resources. So what he is just telling you,
he knows
is
it.
Remembering his good old days.
Exactly.
All of this that he's saying are things that we have done under Jawara's regime for agriculture, etc. And he used to be one of the members of the intergovernmental committee on oil seeds in WHO. No, I mean FAO. So he knows what he's saying. You see, and these are all lots of brains that we have within UDP, which if we harness correctly, we would be able to salvage our.
That will bring me to the question which I want to pose to you.
The technicians are saying that we've already consumed.
Yeah, some other people's time. I saw the written up. So we'll come up. You just give us some few minutes. I just want to close this thing with a connection to what we believe Gambians are missing. What Ambassador Amadou Tall is saying here. Do you think if you had Gambians, some Gambians, because this is not Gambia, some few Gambians saying that, the old has no role to play, don't you think these institutional memories requires a sustainable way of Gambia's economic development? Don't you think so?
Well, that is exactly what Amadou is trying to prove. I can say exactly, if not same as what he said, yes. Because I used to be also director of the African Groundnut Council, consisting of Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria, and Sudan. And
I would like you to consider being, permanent secretary to Ministry of Information and Tourism at the time.
Yes.
Up to the stage that Cape Verde and other countries were coming to learn tourism here. I want you, if you are, remember.
But what I am telling you is not even when I was in tourism. I'm talking about when I was internationally at the African Groundnut Council. It's a separate organization under FAO. Linked with WHO, based in Geneva. I was there for 6 years as the director. So what I'm just buttressing what Amadou said is that these are things if you had put them together and add the fact that we have the best river, which is navigable for 200 miles. And which is fresh water. Really, we should not be waiting for the rainy season or whether it's raining or we have enough water to irrigate the whole of the Gambia for not only rice and
maize
and groundnuts, etc., but to be start doing horticulture. But we don't do that. We just leave the water to flow from Fouta Djallon going down to Banjul, Basse going down up to Banjul, and they empty in the Atlantic Ocean. Finish. All wasted.
Pathetic.
Every year for the centuries that we have lived in this world. We should find a way of using those to irrigate all these dry places we have from Basse right up to North Bank, a sector going up to Katonka. And the land is here.
The land is there, yeah.
The pipes are here. Just pump them to channels that people in like Ibrahim Traore is trying to do things like that for his desert. Why can't we do it? We are not the desert.
So
anyway,
that will bring us to the end to this conversation.
Indeed.
But we have to find a way to get ourselves back here.
Absolutely.
Because you guys, if you look at the profession that you all are known for, I think we have not even delved into that.
No.
That is our diplomatic relationship.
Definitely.
And as of now, Gambia is definitely struggling in diplomatic space. You've seen our relationship with America, Cuba, and many others.
And Senegal.
At one point, people even say it's a political appointment destination now, where the president will appoint, people based on their commitment to the party and make them ambassadors and deputy ambassadors to these countries. We know what it yielded for Gambia, and then I think we have to come and discuss it because it's very important.
No, post 30 years anniversary, I would want to have the three twins. The three twins. That is Uncle Ambassador Bunjak, then Ambassador Ibrahim Mane, Ambassador Amadou Tall. I really want to have them here.
Okay, on that.
It's really a fruitful discussion. It's something that I believe the viewers will learn a lot from the UDP. Lamin, I want you to close it. I'm more interested in institutional memories. if I look at these people all the time, what I want to ask myself that, do I want to throw myself into a dark room without knowing what is there? Don't I need somebody who will guide me and say, here is where you position yourself and here is where you direct yourself to go? Don't you think these people's contribution will be important? In 2 minutes, so we wrap up.
Yeah, thank you so much. It had been already said, clearly than I would, that the framework, the structures are already there in place. And this is why till date people will say, even the president will say and agree with me that you cannot take the staunch members of UDP and carry them along.
Yeah.
Whatever they said about UDP, but they know that there are specific group that you cannot take along.
Absolutely.
And these things are not doable if you do not have a cogent structures and ideas that people subscribe to. So the ideas, the structures are already cemented by these distinguished profiles. And this is why today we have smooth transition and then taking from where they've stopped. If you look at the positions that they were already handling and the people that are already in the position now, you can see the smooth transition that they are already enjoying. So all thanks to the efforts that they have put into.
In place,
And then this is why so many parties are hard in this country today. They are not proving themselves. Parties in the 1990s are no longer proving themselves like UDP now. Even parties that are coming up are learning from the structures of UDP. So it was a hard work that was done to put this party into the way it is, or shape it. Well, he did mention about socialist
international.
International. I think some of us are even direct beneficiaries.
Exactly.
Not long ago, is it 4 months we went to Turkey, courtesy of the work that you have done. And then we still enjoying those relationships. So I think that is a work that is commendable. I thank you all so much for joining us here. So long we are not seeing the comment section, but I know it's already a very nice engaging conversation that we had here. And then we will look forward to having you. I think this motivates us as also new generation of the party. Listening to you, the struggles that you have gone through and the ideas too that you guys are just giving. It's definitely unbelievable. And I think Haji did mention that we need this intellect, this experience, to leverage and then take the Gambia to the stage it deserves. I'm definitely happy to be part of this panel, and I thank you all so much. Until you have any appreciation to make, I think the program can end here. Thank you all so much.
In 1 more minute, you've been. You can wrap up.
Let me say.
Inshallah.
When you spoke to me and I regurgitated some of the things and I wrote a few things.
Yes.
We have not gone through half of what you have.
What I want us to discuss, absolutely.
Because we had to discuss from what you said.
Yes.
The organization of the civil service.
Civil service, yes.
Why was Gambia at that time the admiring point of the countries around the sub-region?
Sub-region, yes.
Why in Gambia we were doing so well in health,
in tourism,
and in tourism and agriculture. I happen to have been permanent secretary in 3D sectors. I was permanent secretary health, I was permanent secretary natural resources, I was in tourism and information. He was also permanent secretary agriculture, he was permanent secretary local government. So those are areas that we have not touched.
Yes.
So we are willing and able,
absolutely,
because we are still an integral party of the UDP.
Yes.
Invite us and we come again.
Absolutely.
We share it with you, and then it will be a pleasure.
Thank you for that availability. An invitation is already extended. The post 30 years anniversary, we'll come here and analyze and take it from where we stop. Inshallah, we will not exhaust them even that day, because we still need
a whole lot to learn.
It's an ocean already. Exactly. Uncle Ambassador Amadou.
I think it is going to be difficult to exhaust all the areas that we have in mind.
Yes.
But I believe we have touched on so many things, important aspects.
Yes.
And we are glad to see that our party, which was formed 30 years ago, is still very strong.
Yeah. MashaAllah.
And it is still, giving hopes to Gambians, now.
Yeah.
And we see young people who have actually acquired some inspiration.
Thank you.
From the older people.
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
The older members.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I see that what we are doing here is to give you more inspiration.
Indeed.
And while we give you inspiration, we also appreciate your efforts, because we see that you young people are doing a lot of work and some innovative work also. As I have mentioned earlier,
MashaAllah, yes.
that this outfit
Yeah.
is an innovation, which is very useful, and it gets us connected with the entire world.
Yeah.
So for that we are grateful. Thank you, and we wish you every success in what you are doing.
Amen.
And we hope that you will continue to work harder so that the UDP, all of us together, will win the next election.
Inshallah. Amen.
And then not only win the election, but to create a government that can transform this country. It's a small country, and we can do it.
Yeah.
Transform this country into a place where everybody would feel, that he or she is part of this country.
Yeah.
We develop it so that we will eradicate poverty, improve educational standards, and then have a better living.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
I thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
That brings us to the end of today's program. Until we come your way, I am your host, Haji Swane, with my co-host Lamin Mane, our two guests, Ambassador Ibrahima Mane and Ambassador Amadou Tal. Until we come your way, stay tuned. Don't go far, because the next panel is about to enter the studio. Thank you once again, for accompanying us to this very important conversation, a panel that we look forward has agreed to a post-March or a post-30-year anniversary. This panel will come back to you again. We expect to have another addition, who is Ambassador Uncle Bun Jack, to accompany us to next discussion that will bring you to the other areas you might already miss. But thank you once again for being with us in this journey. Thank you.
So much. Thank you.
Okay.
UDP! December 2026, Jotna. Usaino Dabo. Giras Kambi. Yerek lang finekal. Japale nyungir sopi. Gambia di lai sopi. Yaganalo. 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒂𝒏𝒆𝒍 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒔 pour mus ndox mu set anamu fi metti na waaye yaakaaram naa Dabo xam na li mu ngi dégg seen baat bi avocat bu askan bi du taxaw du noppalu bëgg na Gambia jëm kanam loolu la gëm